Hey guys, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with my weekly cryptocurrency analysis, my first weekly cryptocurrency analysis. Today is Monday, the 18th of September 2017, and the time is 14:46 here in the UK. You're looking at a BTC or Bitcoin USD daily chart. All right, so first off, I'm going to tell you guys who I am because, a lot of you know who I am. If you're a Forex trader and you follow my YouTube channel, but this is the first time I'm talking about cryptocurrencies. So if you're from the cryptocurrency world and you don't trade Forex, you might not know who I am. So my name's Nick Bencino. I've been trading Forex for 15 years now. I'm a professional Forex trader. And I'm now transferring those Forex skills over to cryptocurrencies. That doesn't mean I'm not trading Forex anymore. Forex is my bread and butter. I love Forex trading. Forex trading is my main focus, but I'm also starting to look at cryptocurrencies because essentially cryptocurrencies are Forex trading. They're just not fiat currencies. They're a new form of currency. So all my skills from Forex trading are easily transferable to cryptocurrency trading. There are a few differences with cryptocurrencies, a few major differences. Cryptocurrencies are driven by people a lot more than Forex is. Forex is mostly driven by the banks and hedge funds, the big boys. Cryptocurrencies, there are no big boys yet. Well, there are some big boys, but I'm not going to get into all those details. But the point is, cryptocurrencies are very much driven by people. They're a lot more volatile. They're a lot more affected by news. In currency trading, news has a pretty small impact unless it's big economic numbers from a major country. But cryptocurrencies, small news affects them a lot more. So there's a lot of differences in cryptocurrency trading, but at the end of the day, it's driven by people. So price action, which is my main style of trading, or my only style of trading, price action trading, is all about reading the market's mind. It's all about understanding buyers and sellers, why they're buying, why they're selling, where they're going to buy, where they're going to sell. So this easily transfers over to cryptocurrencies. So I've been trading cryptocurrencies for a few weeks now, and I know you might be thinking, what gives you the right to do analysis on cryptocurrencies if you've only been trading them for a few weeks? But like I said, been trading Forex for 15 years, the skills transfer over. At the end of the day, it's really just a chart. I'm looking at a chart and the chart is telling me there's a setup here. And a lot of the setups are very easy to read. So I only have a few cryptocurrencies on my charts right now, a few pairs even. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs on my charts right now. Or on my watch list right now. I'm probably going to be adding more, but this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm not trading all of these actively. For example, XRP, Ripple, USD. I'm not really trading this one, but it's just something I'm monitoring and I'm testing things out on it. My approach to trading cryptos is slightly different to my approach to trading Forex, but it's the same core concepts, price action trading. That's what we're doing. So yeah, let's dive into this analysis, guys. And for anyone who was in the live analysis session, I've already done this analysis, but the recording got corrupted, so I'm redoing it. But this one's not a live session. When I say a live session is normally I have a chat room and there's people in the chat room and we're kind of having a discussion during the analysis. So we don't have any chat room open because the recording got corrupted. So I'm just doing this again from scratch. So Bitcoin USD, what's going on with Bitcoin USD right now? So over the past little while, the past week and a half, 2 weeks, Bitcoin started heading down. It broke straight through this support area here, and it came down to this support area. So it broke through this one here, bam, and it came down to this support area, the 2920, roughly. It's not an exact support area, but this one was a strong one. The 2920 was a strong support area. If you look to the left, you see this major bounce from the 2920, this kind of minor wick bounce from a little bit lower, but close to it. And see when it approached it again, bounced away, made a second approach, bounced away very slightly before breaking through. So this was a strong support area. Well, it was a strong resistance area in this case. The problem I have with doing this crypto analysis right now is I don't really know who my audience is going to be. I know a lot of Forex traders are going to be interested in this. So if I use terms from Forex trading, it's going to make sense. But if a lot of crypto only traders or people who have no experience in trading financial markets are going to be listening, then they might not know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can learn the basics on Forex for Noobs, and it's all free on the strategy section. I'll probably link to it below this video. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. So we've got this resistance area here. It acted as resistance. Resistance is always above current price. We got these bounces from the resistance area. Eventually it broke above it, and now it acted as support. Price came down to here, touched this area, and turned around pretty quickly. You can see it on the smaller time frames. See on the smaller time frames, this is a 4-hour chart now. We can see it dropped down to here and then turned around. And we can see it found resistance up at this area. So right now, what's going on with Bitcoin USD? It's come down to this area, bounced away. Let's remove this trend line here. You normally won't see trend lines on my charts because I don't use them in Forex trading. I haven't found a need for them, but I am testing them a little bit with cryptocurrencies because they do seem more effective on crypto trading, but yeah, not really on Bitcoin USD right now. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, price was trending down, bam, turned around. Now it's at this resistance area. So its initial move at this resistance area was, it turned around very slightly. So we can see it popped up to this resistance area. Again, we're on a 4-hour chart, and it turned around, coming back down. But didn't really maintain those lows. Now it's kind of crawling back up. It's definitely stalling at this resistance area, but now that it's broken above it and it's making these new highs, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bitcoin climb against the US dollar, climb possibly back to that 5,000 high. Now that 5,000 high, that's 5,000 USD for one Bitcoin. That 5,000 high is a major psychological level. Major psychological level. So for those of you who aren't really experienced in trading financial markets, what is a psychological level? A psychological level is a barrier that exists because markets are traded by people. So this barrier, this 5,000, it's just a number. It doesn't really mean anything, but it means something to people. It means something to traders like us, like me. It means something to us because it's a big rounded number. So when it approaches that big rounded number, people are like, is Bitcoin going to break that 5,000? Is it going to be worth more than 5,000? And then people start to think, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe it can't break above that 5,000. It's a big barrier. So they start selling. And then you get that turnaround that we saw. Now, I know you're going to say that turnaround was because of news, and it definitely was in big part because of news. But it was also, I feel that we can also attribute it to that psychological level of 5,000. I mean, it would be a pretty big coincidence if not, because it turned around pretty much as soon as it touched that 5,000, bam, it turned around. So it found resistance there. So anyway, what's going on with Bitcoin USD right now? It looks like it's climbing. It's broken above this resistance area. It's made highs that it hasn't seen in several days. I wouldn't be surprised to see it continue to head up. It's probably going to stall a little bit along the way, probably going to stall on this minor resistance around about here. So if it stalls like that, if it heads back up to this 5,000, what I'm going to be looking for is a potential short trade here. Now, when I say I'm looking for a short trade, I'm not looking for a long-term short. I don't think when it hits this 5,000, it's going to turn around and come all the way back down to here. But if it does push up and hit that 5,000, I think I could safely take a short trade and have a small target around about 4,500. So it's just a kind of a quick short trade. So that's what I'm looking for long-term on BTC USD. I'm looking for a push up to the 5,000 and then a pull back down. Wouldn't be surprised if over the coming week or two, we see that push up to the 5,000 level again. Because now that it's making those new highs, it's very possible that buyers are going to continue pushing up. Those new highs are giving buyers confidence to continue buying. Now, one important factor is right now it's only just recently broken those highs. So what I want to see is I want to see it push up further. I want to see it push up a little bit further. And if it does, then I'll have more confidence in this move up. Yeah, Bitcoin USD, that's my analysis. I'm looking for it to head up. It looks like it's heading up, and then I'm looking to jump into a quick short here. If it breaks above this 5,000, that's going to be awesome. I'd be looking to buy on a break above this 5,000. Breakout trading is very viable in cryptocurrencies, very viable. So I would be looking to buy above this 5,000 also, if it manages to get above it. Because if it manages to get above it, there is potential that it's going to head quite a lot further. Another thing I should just quickly mention, just so people understand where I'm coming from with this. I trade Bitcoin in two different ways. The first way I trade it is just by buying Bitcoins. That's one way of trading it. Doing my analysis and buying Bitcoins. The second way of trading it is leveraged trading. So that's more like traditional Forex trading. Now, I'm not going to actually buy Bitcoins at 5,000 physical. It's not physical, but you know what I mean. I'm not actually going to buy Bitcoins at 5,000. That would be a trade that I'm doing like a Forex trade. Bitcoin versus USD, I'm anticipating that it will continue up if it breaks above these recent highs. So when I say I'm buying, I'm not buying physical Bitcoins, or I need to come up with a better term for that. But anyway, let's move on from there. Ethereum USD. What's going on with Ethereum USD right now? So Ethereum is, again, heading up just like Bitcoin was. Pushed down and it's turned around and it's come back up. So Ethereum bounced off its very own support area. It's not as strong a support area. It's not a very strongly established support area, but we can see that it acted as resistance briefly a few times. Acted as resistance a few times, even here. And when it got down to here, it bounced away from it. So this is a pretty decent support area. This one falls in nicely with the trend line too. So it was a pretty obvious buy here. Pretty obvious buy of Ethereum here. And I did buy Ethereum here. But now what's happening is it's approaching this resistance area. So is it going to break above it? Well, very possibly, yes. But this is a relatively strong resistance area for Ethereum. This 306. It's a psychological level, really, because the resistance is actually kind of down here. I have it a bit high right now, but the resistance area is kind of here. And what is that? That is a psychological level. It's 300. It's a rounded number. So that rounded number acts as a barrier. Now, years ago, I used to use psychological levels in Forex. But, and I mean like years and years ago, like 10, 12 years ago, I used to use psychological levels in Forex. But psychological levels have become weaker and weaker in Forex, but because cryptocurrencies are driven by people, psychological levels have a much bigger role. These rounded numbers, when price approaches those areas, people think it's probably not going to break above it and they start selling. Or not even that, they don't buy because they think it's not going to break above it. And then it'll stall there for a while and then it'll go up. So we saw that here. It stalled around this 300. It struggled to get up past it, but then it did push above it. So this 300 is potentially going to act as a small barrier again. I am looking for a potential short setup here, to be honest. Now, when I say short setup, what I'm talking about again is Forex trading. I'm not going to be selling Ethereum that I'm holding, the actual currency. That's a different form of trading. Pure Forex trading, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some indecision up here and price turns around and we're able to catch a quick short. But pure Ethereum, what I think is going to happen with Ethereum versus the US dollar, longer term, I think it's probably going to continue up. So short term, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a move like that. But long term, it it's very possibly going to head up. Now the big one is this 400 level, this 400 cycle level here. This one is where, if it approaches this area, where there's big potential for a turnaround. We've seen 2 turnarounds at this level. First one was a major one for Ethereum. Second one was not as big. So the third one, what's going to happen? Potentially that. So let's see how that plays out. I'm really excited to see Ethereum head up to 400 and potentially take a nice short trade there. And I do think it's very possible for Ethereum to hit those highs. So let's keep a close eye on it. But yeah, for the shorter term right now, I think there's a lot of potential if it stalls here for the coming days to take a quick short trade, not a huge target, quick short trade. But overall, I do think Ethereum is headed on its way up to retest this 400 level. And that is not an actual area, so I'm going to remove that. All right, Ripple USD. Ripple, I'm not really trading this one. It's really messy. I just have it open so I can keep an eye on it, but it's a very messy pair. Very tough to actually take any trades here. One thing I would say about Ripple is this support level is extremely strong on Ripple. We can see prices really struggled to break below it since it pushed above it. It's tried several times, even very recently, but it struggled to really get below this level and hold below this level. So that's an important factor on Ripple, but yeah, it's not something that I'm really looking at trading right now, just something I'm keeping an eye on. Litecoin USD. Litecoin USD is a pretty cool pair. This one's a lot easier to trade, a lot cleaner moves. You can really just see the difference. When you look at this, it's really messy. When you look at this, it's just a lot cleaner. So what I'm looking at right now with Ripple is potentially, it's potentially headed up. I know I'm not saying much there, but it's pushing up, but it hasn't broken that recent high. So I'm still unsure as to whether it's going to go up. But cryptos tend to move in tandem, to be fair. So if our Bitcoin and Ethereum are headed up, this is probably headed up too. But, you know, I do want to see it break that 59 level before I commit to saying that it's heading up. But the point is, it is trending up overall. It is now broken above this resistance area, so the resistance might be acting as support. So yeah, it has potential. Litecoin USD looks like it might be headed up, but I do want to see it break this high first. And this high is at the 58.87. I want to see it break above the 58.87 first. All right, Dashcoin USD, another pretty cool and neat and clean pair. It's just a very neat movements and clean movements on this pair. Litecoin USD gapped up above this resistance area. Looks like it's headed up. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to head up over the coming days and Litecoin USD hits 400 again. You know, that's what I'm looking for. I think there's strong potential that it's going to hit 400 again over the coming days. And if it does, I'd probably be looking for, on the Forex side of things, just a quick short trade. And I would just have to assess it when it reaches there. I will update if and when it pushes up to these areas. All right, now let's move on to the actual crypto pairs. So the first pairs I did were crypto versus US dollar, but now this is an actual crypto pair. It's Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So ETH, BTC. So this is a full crypto pair. Now this one's really interesting. I'm long on this one right now. Ethereum seems to be stuck on this support area. So we can see that it's getting stuck in this wedge here. Now, for those of you who don't know much about Forex trading itself, you might not understand what a wedge is and all that stuff, but point is, it's trending down. We've got this trend line here. It's not the best trend line, but whatever. It's a trend line. It's trending down. It's following this trend line sort of well. but it's also stuck on this support area. So it's driving into this wedge right now. So what's going to happen? It tried to break out of it, but right now it's kind of struggling. So, you know, a few things can happen. It might totally ignore this wedge and just keep ranging here for the next year. You know, that could happen. Of course it can happen. It could break below the support area and hold below it and then continue down. So Ethereum could lose a bunch of value and continue down. But I'm thinking that this is a very, very strong support area for Ethereum. It broke above it here, tried to get below it, and it couldn't manage it. It's tried to get below it a few times since then, and it hasn't managed it. So I think there's strong potential that this one's gonna head up at least up to around about the 0.0800. It's hard to get that on my chart, but yeah, somewhere around there, at least there, but possibly higher. So that's what I'm thinking with Ethereum BTC, that it's going to head up. LTC BTC, I think that's the final one that we're going to do for now. This is the first time I'm doing this analysis, so it's a bit messy, it's a bit all over the place, but I've been doing analysis for Forex for years, which is a lot more coherent, let's say. So I'm hoping that the next analysis is a little bit more coherent. Okay, so Litecoin BTC. What am I looking at with this one? Let's remove this trend line. This is not a good trend line. I'm just messing around with trend lines right now to see how trend line trading affects, how effective trend line trading is on cryptocurrencies. I found that it's pretty good, but you know, it's just something I'm testing right now. Mostly what I'm doing with cryptos is just a tweaked version of my price action strategy in Forex. It's a tweaked version. It's different, but at the same time, I'm using a lot of the skills from Forex in cryptocurrencies. So, Litecoin USD, what's going on with, Litecoin BTC, LTC BTC, what's going on with this right now? It's on this support area. It's found, this is a kind of established support area. Had a few bounces in the past, stalled on its way up through here. So now it's stalling again. We just got to wait and see what happens. I don't really have much of an opinion on what's going to happen here. It could go either way. When it's this close to a support area, you know, usually what you're thinking is this could act as support and price could turn around and push up, or it's dipped far enough below the support area where support's now going to become resistance and it's going to head down. So I don't really have much opinion on what's going to happen right now with Litecoin BTC. This one is just a kind of wait and watch approach. I'm going to keep an eye on it and see how it plays out. Alrighty. I think that wraps it up for the analysis, guys. Normally I say thank you for attending, but because I've had to re-record this, there's no one actually attending. So what I'm going to say is I hope you enjoyed this analysis. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more cryptocurrency news and analysis. I will be doing more of this probably every Monday. And obviously the analysis is going to get a little bit more coherent as time goes by, because this is my first time doing crypto analysis. So I'm going to be learning how to better explain these concepts to people who aren't familiar with all the terms in Forex trading. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.